going to talk about my story into minimalism, how I became a hoarder, and how I became a minimalist. It was quite a challenge for me. Alright, so a few years ago, let's just say anywhere before 2014, I used to call myself an amateur hoarder. Like, my prized possessions were my things, were my stuff. Let's see, how old was I before 2014? So I was 18 and younger. So being an 18-year-old and younger, every time we moved, I was the person with like the most boxes. That's how much stuff I had. Like, my mother is older than me, so she had more of a lifetime to like collect more things than me, and I had more boxes than her because I refused to give up anything. I had boxes, I had things that belonged to me since before I was born. Like, from my baby shower, I had those things. I had trinkets from my baby shower. I wasn't even born yet and I had them. I just think back on it now and it's just like, why? I've always had this thing where if I got something, I didn't want to lose it. I didn't even want to use it. Like, if I had like a pack of pretty post-it notes, like sealed, I would keep that for years and not ever use the post-it notes because they were so pretty. I didn't want to use them. I didn't want to ruin their condition. So I would get stuff and I would keep it because I didn't want to lose it. I didn't want to destroy it, and I didn't want to ruin it. And I also prided myself that I still had all my things and they were all in good condition. I had this file crib, and many of you may have seen it if you watched my my 2015 minimalist challenge. Like, all last year I just went through all my things on camera on YouTube. Go check it out. But I had this file crib, and in it was like files. But I had every single piece of paper, every homework assignment, and every like worksheet since 5th grade, all filed neatly in these folders. And I remember that those took us so much time. Like, throughout the years, like every time I was done with a quarter in school, and my teacher would tell me to go clean out my binders, I would go home, I would take all my papers out, and I would like organize it perfectly in the little dividers. And it took forever, and then it got to the point where the dividers are just bulging because there were just so many papers, and I was scared. I actually thought that I would need that information later on. I would need to go and look back on all these papers later on. When hello, there's the internet with all the information on it. You don't need to keep papers. So yeah, I had things since before I was born. I had every single piece of paper since 5th grade. I had tons of textbooks that I collected over the years. Tons of books I'd never read, never had interest in reading. I just had the books just to have the books. I had trash bags upon trash bags. Like, oh my gosh, they were full of clothes, and I didn't even respect the clothes enough to either hang them up or put them in drawers. I just had them stuffed in trash bags for years, and I would carry those trash bags around every time we moved, and it's just like, why? Like, I didn't even respect it enough to like hang them up or put them in drawers. I just kept them stuffed in trash bags, and I didn't even, wow, it's just amazing to me how much I changed. So yeah, I was on this path of just collecting all this stuff, and at one point, before I became a minimalist back in 2014, the beginning of 2014, we lived in this house, and there was an attic attic had 2 rooms, and they were livable rooms, so someone could like have 2 bedrooms. But I had so much stuff that I needed a whole attic. So I had 2 full bedrooms to myself because I had so much stuff. So yeah, so how did I become a minimalist? How did I get turned on to minimalism? How did I change? Well, ever since about 2007, 2008, when I was taking science classes in school, and we would get to the unit of being like environmentally friendly, the recycling unit, pollution, like water pollution, and just learning about sustainability. I just really like took to that. I really took to like the earth, and like being kind to it, and saving energy, and recycling, and like just being good to Mother Nature. I always took to that. I love nature, and I always took to those subjects in school. So then 2008, 2009 happened, and like the whole internet was like blowing up about being green and being eco-friendly, and like reducing your carbon footprint, and everyone was on board with this, and it was great. And I went hard. Like I was creating books, like packets of information to give out to my family. It's like, can we all recycle, please? Can we save water, please? Can we do all these things? And during that time, I started getting away from chemicals and medication. To this day, I will not take a single medication, whether it's prescription or not. I do not take anything. I started getting away from chemicals and toxins and like drugs. So I started getting really obsessed with blogs that went eco-friendly cleaning products, eco-friendly shampoo, and all these like natural alternatives to chemical-based products. And I would read it, and keep in mind that like I'm like an 8th or 9th grader at the time, and like I'm just at home reading blogs about like air drying your clothes and making your own laundry detergent. So that was another thing too. Like I started becoming obsessed with making everything from scratch, and I had this whole like plan on my computer. Like when I grow up and get my own house, my own place, I'm gonna make all these things from scratch. I'm not gonna buy any products. I'm gonna make all my food from scratch. All like laundry detergent, soap, everything's gonna be from scratch, and it's gonna be as natural as possible. So that really kind of jump-started my like sustainability. I started becoming more like eco-friendly, and then I started thinking like, oh my god, like I want to travel. I may want to even like live in an RV, and I want to live in like a tiny space. Like I started seeing tiny spaces pop up, and I'm just like, wow, that would be great. Like it's so eco-friendly. You're off the grid. Like I want to be off the grid. I want to just be this eco lifestyle. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be fabulous. So something clicked, because it's like I want to live this green, natural, off the grid, tiny space lifestyle. But then I have 2 rooms full of stuff that I'm not even using. And the other thing too, I never went up to the attic. I never used my bedrooms. I never went up there because I hated the steps. It was like it was a long way up. I would either sleep downstairs, or like I would hang out in my sister's room and just like have sleepovers in my sister's room. And I would keep like my clothes. I only had like a laundry basket full of clothes that I used every week because I was in college and stuff. So I would have like all these clothes I used every week in like a laundry basket, and I would keep that downstairs. And there was like no need at all for me to go upstairs, like ever. So I never went upstairs. And I'm just thinking like why? Like I don't even use this stuff. Why do I have it? So then I started, and this is the funny thing too, I've actually Google search the words, how do I get rid of my things? Like, who does that? who how, that's just like typing, how do you breathe? Like, just do it. Like, how do you get rid of your things? Get rid of your things. Just do it, Caitlin. Just do it. So, while searching that, I came across Minimalist Student, and then one of the searches came Joshua Becker's Becoming Minimalist, and I started reading his stuff, and I'm like, oh my god, that's exactly what I'm looking for. Like, I want to get rid of everything. I want to live it just on the important things. I want to live consciously. I want to live eco-friendly and, like, you know, all this stuff. And, like, I found the word for it. It's called minimalism, and Joshua Becker introduced the word to me. So then I started searching for more minimalism, and I found all this stuff, and then I went home and I got rid of all my stuff, and that's really my story. And I know I went off a couple of tangents on, like, being eco-friendly and going green, and I do feel that you may not know it, but if you become a minimalist, you're automatically going green, because being a minimalist, you're making conscious buying decisions, you're using less stuff, you're spending less, and that all contributes to your carbon footprint. So don't get confused if I say we're being eco-friendly, because technically we are being eco-friendly by becoming a minimalist, but that's one of my favorite subjects, is being eco-friendly and being friendly to the earth, and I really associate that with my minimalism journey. So that has been my long, drawn-out, quick version of my story. And that is the end of today's video. So if you want to keep the conversation going, I would love to hear your stories. Check me out on Twitter and Instagram at Backanotch. And if you want to read more about my journey and more tips and tricks of how to go minimalism and simplify your life, go to backanotch.com. And I hope you have a swell day.